So this lecture is about the covariance matrix. Why we are going and understanding covariance matrix is because this is one of the foundations of the principal component analysis. So before we go into understanding of the principal component analysis, we will understand the covariance matrix. But before we jump into that, let's first give a quick revision of covariance. So what is covariance? Covariance is a measure of the relationship between two random variables and to what extent they change together. So the formula is given there. It is the summation of xi minus x bar, which is the mean of x, yi minus y bar, which is the mean of y, divided by n minus 1. N minus 1 is meant for the sample. But if you are considering the whole population, it is to be divided by n. So let's consider employee hourly wages and schooling. So in this column, it is employee hourly wages, and this is the years of schooling. So when we do the covariance of this, so as it is xi minus x bar, so we calculate the mean of x, and here in this column we calculate x minus mean x. So 8.5 minus 11.775, you see that is what is happening. Similarly, for all the items we are doing this. Similarly, for y we are doing also y minus mean y, and then we multiply it together and then we get this value. After we get this value, then we sum it up and then we get this value, which is 103.55. Now, for the covariance to be calculated, we divide it by n minus 1. So, but here, since it is a population, here we divide it by n, which is 10. So, that becomes 10.355. So, this is a very long-winded way of doing the thing from the formula, but we can just use the covariance formula from Excel, covariance.p, which is standing for the population, and pass in these two arrays and we get the same result. Now let's move on to the covariance matrix. So we want to calculate the covariance matrix of this matrix here. So we have the y1 vector, y2 vector and the y3 vector. So what is the covariance matrix of that? It is covariance of y1, y1, covariance of y1, y2, y1, y3, and similarly in the second row it is covariance of y2, y1, covariance of y2, y2, covariance of y2, y3, covariance of y3, y1, covariance of y3, y2, and covariance of y3, y3. And we can calculate the covariance, and we have used covariance.s, which is the covariance of the sample, and we passed in these two arrays. You see this B2 to B6, B2 to B6, and then we are passing B2 to B6 for the first one. Here you see it is B2 to B6 and then C2 to C6, which is covariance of y1, y2. Similarly, we will see another example. Here also it is the same, and here we are calculating in the same manner. Covariance of y1, y1, and the same thing is repeated. So this gives you a brief overview of the covariance matrix, and this lays the foundation of the explanation for the PCA. So hope you liked this session. Thank you. Bye.